The wait is over. It's been called the best invention since the conception of a sandwich. Introducing the new Aputure B7C 8 Light Kit. Don't eat that. JD Power and Associates have absolutely nothing to do with this. The sockets have spring-loaded covers to ensure that you don't shock that ass. Robust in design with fully functional latches, hinges, and of course, the bulbs can be controlled within the Sidus Link app. It's Britney, bitch. Stop touching my face. Stop touching my face. What is this back here? Can I get some HMU up in this bitch? We're back. I'm Dave Donaldson. Welcome back to Grip Tips. Today we're going to be talking about the Aputure B7C 8 bulb kit. Now the B7C is already a cool little light bulb with a bunch of options for it, but this case is also nice to have with it, and not just for storing the bulbs, but also because it can charge the bulbs as well. Charging is super simple. You just plug in the included IEC cable, open the case, flip the power button to on, and push the bulbs into the sockets, and you're done. However, something worth mentioning is that you kind of want to treat these globes the same way that you treat the Aputure MC12 light production kit, meaning that you want to make sure that the case is wide open when you're actually charging these bulbs, as they do kind of generate a little bit of heat. That last shot there in my trailer, when I went and shut the case, I actually completely forgot that they were still on. I came back over here to my desk, I started editing for a good 10 minutes, and then I realized, crap, yeah, they're still on inside of the case. And so I went over there, I shut them all off, but it was pretty warm inside of the case. So learn from my mistake, don't do that. Make sure that the case is wide open whenever you're charging. That being said, it's also worth noting though that these bulbs, when they get to a certain temperature, they do have kind of a protective state mode that it goes into, just to protect the bulb from damaging itself. But I mean, just like anything else that you buy in the world, sometimes things happen, and those protective measures maybe for whatever reason don't work that day or whatever. You just want to make sure to keep it in the back of your head that it's always good practice to make sure that every bulb that's in the case is shut off before you close it. Now the bulbs don't screw into the outlets of the actual case. It's like basically just press it into place, which thank God, because if you can imagine, you'd have to screw them all in there, right? So I think that was a great design that they had there. They also had that little plate that is on the bottom of it so that if you accidentally put your finger into the socket, you're not going to electrocute yourself. And something to note is that when you're putting the bulbs into those sockets, the bulb will light up immediately, which I thought would be annoying, or I think it's annoying at first because then I have to go through and shut off all of them individually. But then I realized this is kind of smart, because now I have to go through and make sure that each bulb is turned off or in standby mode. You don't have to shut it completely down. However, if you have them all connected to Sidus Link, you can drop all the bulbs in and just turn them all off at the exact same time within the app. Yo.
Coworker tested positive.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So keep your distance.
Let's be honest. This isn't the weirdest thing you've ever caught me doing. So there's not much more to talk about as far as this case, and I've already covered the B7Cs in another episode. I mean, I kind of did. I basically referred to the MC12 light production kit, but I'll leave descriptions. I'll leave links to those episodes in the description below. But there was something that I saw in the Aputure user group, which everybody's kind of calling the poor man's Nova. Basically, you can find a multi-socket lamp head and add a bunch of B7Cs in it. For example, I bought this Favitech lamp head and softbox on Amazon, and this one holds 7 bulbs. And what's great is that I basically have all the same features as a Nova without the tremendous output. But it's enough output to still be dangerous. But the best part is that I absolutely love about this is because the bulbs have internal batteries, you can actually walk around with this without the need of any outlet or stingers, which I think is a really cool hack. And I know that this is not something you're going to see on Transformers 7 or whatever, not that kind of set, but you could still use that to your advantage. You could take it on reality shows and etc. I think it would be totally acceptable. And I actually was able to take a couple of readings with it. It was 349 lux, which is actually quite a bit. Like I'm using the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K here. I shot a couple of shots with this, and with this soft light aimed at my face, I was able to get down all the way to an f14 before I was really starting to lose anything. How neat is that? So let's talk about the elephant in the room. For those of you who don't know why I'm wearing this wig, it's because there's the resident pro cinematographer over there at Aputure. Her name is Valentina V. She's very, very talented. And I've seen her in pretty much all these different Aputure videos that they always have. So I thought it would be kind of cool to put on a wig because we're talking about an Aputure product. But there is something I want to recommend because I think it was like a couple of months ago when she released this. It's on a website called Moment, where she's talking about how to effectively do an interview, like in a setup, a location. She talks about everything from structure of how you're going to be interviewing somebody to the different type of lighting. A lot of it was really, really much just a review for me, but then I got a lot of information just in her editing part of that too, because she's also an Adobe Master. I think that's what they're called. She recently came out with some really great content, and she's not like paying me to say this or anything. I bought the class and I thought it was awesome. So I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Definitely worth the 80 bucks. I think it's 80 bucks. But sadly, that is all that I have for you guys today. If you like today's episode, please let me know in the comment section below, and we'll see you on the next one. It's so hot in here. How does she do this? It keeps getting stuck on my face. V, total credit. I could not do this all the time. It keeps getting stuck to my face. Although I have a beard, so that's probably why. Shimmer.